Back when I was in 3rd grade, I thought you got pregnant when someone kisses you, so I would always refuse to let any of my family members kiss me in fear of that. One day my grandpa surprised kissed me on the cheek and I freaked out and started crying. I went to school the next day telling everyone that I was pregnant by my grandpa. When I got home I went to my kitchen and grabbed a knife and stuck it up my coochie to try to kill the baby. It hurt so fucking bad, like I can't even describe the pain. Blood was everywhere and I was screaming, so my mom rushed in and saw a knife sticking out of my cooch. She rushed me to the hospital and I had to go into an emergency surgery, and now I can't have kids. In our school we took lockdowns pretty seriously as we are sort of in an unsafe town. We were doing our usual classwork in math when we heard the lockdown bell go off and the principal's voice came on through the machine and said it wasn't a drill. We were advised to go under the tables and lock all the doors, but our teacher was new and she didn't think it was real. She said, "Why is everyone sitting under their desk? It's just a stupid alarm." She opened the curtains back up and the girls started crying because they were scared of what our teacher was doing. One of the guys in my class said, "Are you stupid? We are all going to die." She made him sit next to the window as punishment and she said, "I hope you get shot first." Everyone reported her but nothing happened.
My middle school was filled with fucking annoying ass fake ass bitches. This one time in 8th grade, I got up to use the bathroom while we were taking a test. At the time, I had this fake ass bitch ass hoe ass dumb ass big fucking ears ass flat ass friend. We had the same crush and she secretly hated me for it. After I came back into the class from the bathroom, I was chewing some gum, and my crush was sitting behind me. I got up from my seat to throw out my gum wrapper. Little did I know the bitch asshole wanted to get back at me for coming for her man. When I got up from my chair, my crush started laughing and said she shit her pants in front of the whole class. Keep in mind it was quiet. Every head started laughing. I looked at my seat and there was a chunk of chocolate bar on my chair. I looked at the fake asshole and I instantly knew what she did. She was laughing too. I was so embarrassed. The fucking raggedy ass old ass history teacher sent me to the nurse. Bitch. But that's not where the story ends, hoes. I knew where that ugly hoe Michaela lived. Yeah, I'm exposing her ass. After school I popped out at her house and her mom let me inside. When she came home from soccer practice, her bed was filled with roaches. 'Cause that's what she is. A fucking dumbass roach.
This one time when I was little I thought I could talk to trees. Because I had no friends. And I used to sit by them and say things, and one day I was talking to my tree friend called Kevin, and this girl went up to me and said, "Are you talking to that tree, freak?" And I started crying and hugged onto the tree. And while she was laughing, one of the branches fell on the girl's head. Thanks, Kevin. Okay, so one time I was at work and my boss came in my office and he asked me was I single. I said why. He said just a curious question. I said I'm okay, but yes I am. Ever since then he continued to ask me out on movie nights and all my favorite places. Mind you, IDK how he knows all these things. Most of my coworkers I had lunch with was complaining about him also. And he just kept asking. Next day I went to work. He kept insisting that I give him a hug every day in the morning before clocking in and heading to my office. Until he thought it was okay to touch my ass and I punched him in the chin and proceeded to my office. After work that day I decided to go and talk to the police about it. The next day I came into work and while I was on the way in, the police, with my boss in handcuffs, was on the way out. Comes to find out that was my boss's twin brother. He was arrested before for sexual assault and he killed my boss. And have been acting like him for a few months. So one time I agreed to talk to this boy because I didn't want to hurt his feelings and I've known him for a long time, so I agreed to talk to him. But he always wanted to FaceTime every single night, but I hate FaceTiming people I don't like, so I would just make up excuses not to call him, but when I didn't I would just go on mute or say that something came up and I'd hang up. But it got out of hand when he started to call me his girlfriend to his friends and I was not about that, so I had to end it. But I didn't want to hurt his feelings, but he was so clingy and I hate clingy people. So I typed up a whole paragraph pretending to be my dad, saying that he doesn't want us to be boyfriend and girlfriend and he doesn't want us talking ever again and that I can't date until I am 21. Then I texted him after pretending I still wanted to be with him, but my dad wouldn't let me. But to be honest, the main reason I ended it with him was because I saw a picture he posted on his Snapchat story with him and his friends. And the one friend was really fine, so in reality I stopped talking to him because I wanted his friend. I had a boyfriend named Aiden. Keep in mind we were both freshmen. One day at school he asked if he could come over tomorrow to my house and have sex. I said yes. My mom didn't know, so he had to sneak in somehow. I had a window in my room, so I told him when he comes I will hold a ladder up so he can get in. He said okay and I walked away. Like 3 hours later I saw him with another girl kissing. I didn't tell him that I saw that. I just left it alone. The next day when he came to my house I got the ladder and put it up to my bedroom window. When he was almost finished climbing the ladder, I moved the ladder and made him fall all the way down. He broke a leg and I think his arm, but I didn't care. I just walked away and let my parents or somebody find him on the ground. From Anonymous. There was this one girl who didn't like me but liked my best friend. She would try to take my best friend away from me and always sabotage shit for me to get closer to my best friend. She told everyone that I was really flat and that I would stuff my bra. Even though she wasn't wrong. She had no business telling that to anyone, that piece of fucking shit ass fuck bitch ass. Anyways, one day she crossed the fucking line and told everyone I had constipation like the fucking lying bitch that she is. That was the last straw, bitch. Because I go to a trashy ass public school with disgusting ass kids. The bathrooms were so bad and usually filled with shit or clogged. During an assembly we leave our bags in class and go off to the assembly. Instead of going off with the rest of the class, I stayed back and took that bitch's spoon that was in her bag and brought it to the restroom where I shoved the spoon into the shit-infested toilet. I know I'm going to hell for this one, but honestly that bitch deserved it, deadass. I placed the spoon back in her lunchbox and when everyone returned to the assembly it was recess time, and let me tell you, when that bitch opened her lunchbox the smell of shit wiped out the whole class. Even the teacher died internally and I low-key felt my liver shut down. Everyone saw her spoon with diarrhea all over it. No regrets. It's what that paper-cut lip fucktard deserved for all the shit she did to me. Ugly ass ingrown toenail fucking bitch. This is my personal story. I went on a date with this boy this summer. It was going really well and I was so excited. He took me to play mini golf. He started standing weird as hell, so I was like, the fuck? Are you okay? He said that he couldn't help it and that he was sorry. I realized his rat was showing. I laughed awkwardly and he said that I caused it. I literally was just playing this game. What the fuck do you mean I caused it? He took me to his house and we were sitting there. He whipped out his ugly ass rat. I looked and threw up a little in my mouth. He asked me to give him that got combo 3000. Bitch, get your Chuck E. Cheese hairy rat looking thing away from me before I grab scissors. I can't believe it looked like that. Why was it curved to the left? Bitch, the fuck is that ugly ass shit? Suck it yourself. I said no, but he kept persisting. He got really creepy, so I literally ran from him. I turned into Usain Bolt. I said, you wanna see some real speed, bitch? I'll show you some real speed. I got lost in his big ass house, but I eventually made it out. Mans was packing. I can't lie, but I was so disturbed. He just asked me to hang out again. I will not hang out with a man who is turned on from a girl literally just playing golf. The fuck? Go watch Tiger Woods then if you like golf that much, you weird ass boy. No wonder his ex left him. I now identify as lesbian. Like seriously. I had a boyfriend back in junior year, but I was close with his friends before I dated him. When we were dating I had his friend in one of my classes and he was so sweet and funny but never went further because he respected our relationship. Then my boyfriend and I broke up and I was so upset. I told him about it and he said he was here for me. Over the past few months the more I talked with him the more I realized I liked him, but I wasn't sure if he would like me back. One day I opened up to him about my depression and anxiety and he was so kind and understanding about it, unlike how my ex was. He works at a boba shop and he asked if I wanted boba. I said yes jokingly, but surprisingly he asks for my address and shows up around 11:30 at night since he closes. I had to sneak out to the front, but it was worth it. The moment I saw him with my boba and when he said I'm always here for you and you can talk to me about anything, I knew I made the wrong choice in dating my ex when he was there all along. I am still currently falling for him and he doesn't know how I feel, but I know for a fact I don't want to lose him.
One time when I was 5 or 6, a teacher found a pair of shitty underwear in the bathroom and all the teachers had to line up their students to find out which kid needed to be sent home. My teacher literally went round the class putting her hand into our pants to make sure we had underwear on. I'm still pretty traumatized from feeling her crusty, dusty old woman hand in between my ass cheeks. Anyway, it got to the last kid in my class and my teacher put her hand in his ass, and when she pulled her arm out it was covered in shit. The kid was crying, so was the teacher. One student threw up and I caused a chain reaction and everyone was throwing. It was so gross. The vomit smell was there for weeks.
When I was 5 we had a lice check at school and it turned out I had lice. I was sent home and quarantined. All of my bedding and stuffed animals were thrown away and I couldn't be around anyone. Every morning and night my mother had to use tweezers to pull them and their eggs out of my eyebrows and eyelashes. After about a week of this, a stranger showed up at my house and took me into the living room alone. She showed me a girl and boy doll and started asking me really weird questions about private parts and touching. I was 100% confused. Turns out I had crabs. Since they typically live in pubic hair and I didn't have any, they decided to live in my eyelashes. My mom thought I'd been molested. In reality, the babysitter had banged her boyfriend on a couch at a different house that I then took a nap on. I want to add that I didn't know the truth until I was about 25. My niece got lice and I was surprised they weren't in her eyelashes. My mother told me what had really happened and